What's up, everyone? This is Thad with Thad Outdoors. Today we have a special episode. We interview Mr. Tony Browning, who started and still runs the Pickwick Youth Bass Camp on Pickwick Lake here in Mississippi. Now at this camp, they have everyone from elite anglers to MLF professionals to NPFL and guys like me on the kayak world and the fisheries biology side that come and speak to these young fishermen and fisherwomen and expose them to all aspects of the sport. It's a great camp. It's a great organization, and it is a fantastic deal for what you get at this camp. If you would, stay tuned, listen up, and as always, you'll have a wonderful day.
Mr. Tony, what brought you to make you want to start? What's going on here?
Well, I've been fishing basically all my life, and very fortunate that when I started, there was a core group of friends and men that carried me. My family didn't fish. My dad ate catfish and thought bass was a trash fish. In the old school, that's what a lot of the older guys thought. But some friends would carry me around to watersheds, rotated up in that tournament fishing, and doing that for years. Then I went into tournament directing. And the one thing that has really happened in the last 10 years with the explosion of high school fishing, college fishing, and all that is tons of complaints about how kids act on the water. And I remind a lot of people that high school events, especially, daddy's in the boat. But to me, when things like that are approached, then the idea is, well, what are we going to do about it? And so my thought was to teach kids about fishing, having guys come like Roger Stegall and Brock Mosley and Mark Rose that can give them what I call the cliff notes, things that it took us 20 years to learn, to give it to them in 2 or 3 days, but then also to teach them how to be the correct young men, young women, how to act on the water, how to promote yourself. And just fishing's been so good to me, it's another way of giving back to the sport.
Gotcha. So this is Mr. Tony Browning. We are here at the Pickwick Youth Bass Camp, kids. I came and spoke today on the kayak aspect of things. And this is, 65, 70 kids here?
We had 62 that signed up. I think we did have 2 that were not able to make it because of a death. But I think in coming and going, we have hit 59 kids this year.
So we've got 59 kids here from Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi on Pickwick Lake, learning all kinds of fishing in the morning. Elite Series guys come and talk to them, guys like me come and talk to them, and I touched on the etiquette thing as well. Promote yourself in a positive manner, because that's how I've got some of my sponsors. I told the kids, these sponsors and these people are going to help you, are going to see you. Therefore, you need to make sure you represent yourself in a positive method, in a positive way. So you may not be the best fisherman, but who you are goes a long way with that as well. And I think what you are doing here is absolutely fantastic. And quite honestly, it was an honor to get to come speak to these kids, because I've got 4 kids I've worked with for 3 years now who are actually here at your camp, and they absolutely love it. Charlie Sanders has gone to the point that he is fishing national trails with me. And apparently he's winning the casting contest again this year.
Yes, Charlie won the flipping contest again, and Charlie's one of the reasons that I look at this, and I know it's what we need, because he soaks up every bit of knowledge that he can and interacts with the guys, asks questions, but very respectfully, and they're well thought out questions. And not every one of them is going to be at that level, but we hope that letting them rub shoulders with the more competitive guys will rub off on them.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing that I remind them and have this week, we've got 59 kids, in 10 years, 15 years, outside of fishing, one of those kids could very well be interviewing another one of those kids for a job.
100%.
So if we can build a camaraderie and everything, you yourself know, and I know, that in life we need those relationships and those friendships to help us get through. There's no telling where some of this could impact their lives outside of the fishing world.
Oh, 100%. Some of the guys who mentored me when I first, I went from the boat side to kayak thing. Some of the guys that mentored me when I started off in the kayak world, I still talk to this day. Not always about fishing, but other things in life. I've got kids now and a wife, and their kids are grown. So how did you deal with this? And I'm sure these guys will remember they had contacts. Charlie actually had made a friend here last year who has come down to fish some kayak tournaments with him, and making lifelong friendships in this fantastic world of sport fishing, because what they learn at places like this will not only carry over to the fishing world, but life in general. The respect, the camaraderie, the learning how to represent yourself, knowing it's not, what can this brand do for me? What can I do for them? And that goes a long way in life. It's not all about them. They have to realize it's about the bigger community. And these kids, they've come up, they've asked questions, been super respectful, and I applaud that, because I see a lot of kids these days who aren't, and these kids are absolutely fantastic. They've done an absolutely wonderful job of talking to the pros, of talking to guys like me, talking to the sponsors, stuff like that, and out down there fishing with each other. They're super respectful, and you see that with these kids in fishing, and the way you run this camp and bring these in, bring these sponsors, bring this group together for these kids, and it's an affordable camp. It's what, $150?
$150. So before I started it, I kind of did some research around, and there's not a lot of them around. A lot of people think there are, but they're really not. And then most of the ones that are around are headed up by Bass or MLF or some organization, and they intertwine it with their events, and you get an afternoon and a morning, and it's $300, $400, $500.
And how long are they here for?
And they're here. We arrive Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. We start checking in, and we don't leave until Wednesday at lunch.
So you get like
you get 3 nights stay, you get 8 meals. Their goodie bags are easily worth $100.
Oh, 100%.
And over that, every child has either gotten a reel or a rod. There's still another rod to come that they're going to leave here with, and these are nice rods. The $150 won't even touch what they get, and then they still get meals, hotel, and we haven't even touched on the invaluable knowledge that these guys are passing on to them.
100%. These kids are asking fantastic questions, and they're getting such a bargain here. There was not stuff like this when I was a kid. I've learned everything from watching, building reruns on Outdoor Channel and stuff when they would come on, or watching reruns on the Elite Series, or I guess at that point it was just Bassmaster, top 200, top 150 at that point. And these kids are growing up in this technological age, and a lot of people are harping that, oh, these kids are so good, it's front facing sonar. It's not. It don't get me wrong. They have learned it, but KVD learned side scan and dominated. These kids have access to such profound technology in the internet age, and can do research and everything like that. And you got kids, again, like I'll use Charlie's example. We went to Gunnersville, he researched 8 different spots, found the best 3, pre-fished those 3 for 2 days, hard pre-fishing, and went out there and beat some of the top in the world in the kayak series, the youngest ever to cash a check in the Native Power Hour. These kids are researching, they're using technology as more than just fish finders. They're researching these maps, these lakes, water temperatures, history, going on forums, and we didn't have that growing up. And again, I'm fixing to be 34. I'm an old head technically in fishing in the world we are now. These kids are coming even pushing me out, and I have front facing sonar and able to keep up with them. But they are just so much research profoundness, and I hope it continues like this. I hope camps like yours continue. It is a fantastic thing for these kids, and again, it was an honor to come speak. I hope I come back next year and even help more. But they get such a deal from coming to Pickwick, and Pickwick's a world-renowned lake. It's got smiley spots, largemouth, stripers, all kind of great fish. So I hope you continue what you're doing. Kudos to you, and people out there, you get in contact with me if in the future you'd like to help sponsor these events for these kids, or even sponsor a kid coming, because not all families can afford that, but have a dream of fishing and learning. So if anybody out there would like to help with these events, please let us know. Shout out Tactical Fishing sent baits for me to give out to these kids today. In the future, reach out to me, Mr. Tony Browning on Facebook.
Right. I have my personal page, and then also the camp page, Pickwick Lake Bass Camp. all of the information goes through that. And we ask, year to year, I ask the kids, what do you want to learn? What do you want to see? Because I have tunnel vision, as we all do, to what I like and what I want to hear. It doesn't matter if it's what they want to learn. So last year, I've never been into kayak fishing, but a lot of these kids are. So last year we had a representative. This year we have that as well. That we're going to continue that. They've gotten as much interaction as Mark Rose on the MLF Pro. So we have to find what they want. Last year we also did boater safety and got all the kids certified. That didn't work out this year, but it may next year. This year we have a lot of focus on forward-facing sonar because that is the hot topic. That is what it is. So we had the Nutt brothers who are just lighting the bass fishing world on fire.
Oh, for real.
And we have 2 boys from Blue Mountain coming at 2 o'clock this afternoon that have lit up Pickwick in this area, Chandler Howell and Clayton Ellis. And so we're trying to find not only just all the kids, but what they want to learn. And, tomorrow we have some conservation tips going on, but then we follow that up with Colton Jennings with Jinko Fishing, who is a young man who fished high school, fished college, but then designed baits and has his own company.
Oh, yeah.
We may have the next Colton Jennings here. So we're trying to show them not just how to fish, but all aspects of it. And just excited to see we more than doubled from last year to this year. So excited to see that we have hit a nerve, that the need is there, the people want it, the kids want it.
Is there, and it's such a good deal and program for the cost of it. And the amount of knowledge, like you brought me, yes, I'm on the kayak series and a lot of things. Also fisheries biologists, and those kids asked me a ton when we were out there just on the kayak, showing them around, my native and the front facing sonar. They had a ton of fisheries biology questions like, well, why is the fish doing this? And those kids want to learn, and it's such a sigh of relief seeing these kids out there. And again, you've got a lot of, like they said earlier, a lot of the older people who are like, oh, it's front facing sonar. Well, those guys aren't taking the time out to learn, and they're more or less what I call gatekeeping, keeping these kids, saying, oh, the only reason they're doing good is because of this. So I love seeing it. You're good to walk through, Carl. I love seeing it. I love seeing these kids out there, technology or not, just learning so much stuff. It is a fantastic thing. And again, guys, if y'all would like to help out anyway for this camp, shoot me a DM. Thad Me Outdoors, Instagram, TikTok. Of course, comment on here on the video. I'm gonna put this on a few platforms. Contact Mr. Tony at what's the
Pickwick Lake Bass Camp on the Facebook page.
Pickwick Lake Bass Camp on the Facebook page. If you want to help out anyway and get these kids out, because a lot of the guys in professionals, don't forget, this is the next generation who's going to buy your baits. Because the ones who are buying it now, the guys like me, so, we're getting older. We're, no offense, but there's a lot of good men who have to quit fishing. This next generation coming up, that's your clients, that's your clientele, that's who's going to keep y'all in business too. So help us help them and help support camps like this, guys.
Yes.
Mr. Tony, thank you so much for this interview. I appreciate everything you're doing here. And guys, we'll see y'all later.